We are live.
I love the music.
Like that.
Great.
I know it down.
Where do you get the cuts, man?
Sorry?
This is some crispy music.
I'm on the internet a lot.
Oh,
But yeah, we'll talk soon. Thought the song was going to end. Psyched you out.
I am. Hello, Hannah Banana.
Oh, Hannah Banana showed up. We love and miss him. And there you have it. There is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. I am the Fat Mantis. Welcome to the Rogue Conspiracy Hour. I am, of course, joined with
Rogue Radio.
Rogue Radio. That's right. The amazing, magnanimous, indelible Rogue Radio, who does her own conspiracy, not just conspiracy, but it's news that people don't talk about on mainstream media.
Yeah.
How are you tonight?
I am great. I'm just pumped. I've been waiting for this all week. So
We got Hannah Banana. Welcome, Hannah Banana. Thank you for stopping in. I have been pumped, and we're going to talk about all sorts of lovely things. But before anything happens, we would love it if you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and of course, keep tuning in to not only Voice of the Fat Mantis, but also will you tell them where they can find you?
YouTube.
What's the name of your channel?
Hang on, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right.
It is YouTube/Rogue Radio. Rogue Radio, all caps.
There we go. Rogue Radio. That's where you find her. And the reason why we call it Rogue Conspiracy Hour is that in a lot of ways we are rogue. So when I was on Spoon, I still have that segment on my channel, Rogue Planet. And then I'm Rogue Planet. I met a girl named Rogue Radio on the internet. And the rest is history. All right. So it was pretty random that we were able to find each other, but awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to be talking about all sorts of very important conspiracies today. I assume we're going to start with one that's very important to you. Am I correct? There's one that's personally affecting you right now.
Yeah. Oh, you want to start with Ohio first?
Yeah. Or did you want to? Oh, you know what? I have a feeling actually there is one that you want to start with first, right? A different one. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do that. Let's do the weird one.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's totally
the weird one. We'll do glitter.
We'll do glitter. Yes, that's the weird one. I thought you were going to present it a little differently, but glitter. Right. There's something up with glitter, and I know everyone's like, glitter. What are you talking about? Yes, we're talking about GLITTER, glitter.
Yeah.
There's a conspiracy involving glitter, the type of stuff that you put on your kids' art projects, the stuff that's in makeup. Why don't you tell us a little about glitter so we can?
So glitter has been kind of like been a thing for a very long time. It's in makeup, it's in toothpaste, it's in boat painting, like the paint that you use on boats, it's glittery and everything like that. So when that stuff gets into the ocean, it kills the environment. So that's the main reason why I wanted to talk about that, is because it is killing the environment at the moment, and it is also actually hurting us, because a lot of the stuff that's in makeup, it will contaminate your eye and all that stuff. So that's usually why I steer away from glitter when it comes to makeup.
I can't believe people put it in makeup, because it seems like such crazy. Yeah, it's just it seems like the quickest way to lose an eye, right?
Right.
But what is the conspiracy about glitter, other than that it's pretty, but we shouldn't touch?
Yeah. Well, nobody knows who the two main buyers of glitter are. There's two main ones, and glitter fashion AIDS.
Nigel Trotter says glitter equals fashion AIDS. Once you get it, it never goes away. Yeah, you're gonna die with that. If you've ever been to a rave, when people go to your funeral, they're gonna come, with the open casket, and they're gonna notice the glitter on your face. Thank you. Welcome in.
So, yeah, it is confidential. No one will ever know what those two companies are. And one of the people that has kind of spoken out about this has even been questioned about like who, makes glitter, like who buys the glitter. And
People are making glitter across this planet.
Yeah.
And so two companies are just buying it up, but they're not putting it back out in the world.
But they're companies that use the glitter that are not even related to fashion or makeup or anything.
Well, what kind of business are they in?
We don't know. It's a big mystery. And one of the employees that was working at one of these glitter companies, because there's only two companies, and there's only two companies that will actually buy this stuff. And the reason why is because she said that you wouldn't even know it was glitter. So glitter is in something very important that we either consume or we use every single day.
Dun, dun, dun!
Yep. They're poisoning us.
You think they're using glitter to poison us?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, you were very confident in that one.
Oh, yeah.
You said,
man, I believe anything nowadays, man. Like,
but wait,
aliens decided to use glitter to torture us? Yes. Okay.
Okay. Maybe the aliens are buying it up and shipping it to the world.
Maybe.
Maybe it's a secret to saving their home world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, forget the hybrid program. They just need glitter.
Yeah. So I did actually stumble upon a video on Facebook, totally unrelated to whatever I was searching. And this woman, she opens up a package of Hostess cupcakes, right? Mm-hmm. And she doesn't eat it. She just shows it and she says, "Why is there glitter on top of the frosting?" So Hostess might actually be buying the glitter, putting the glitter in the cakes.
Does it taste good?
I mean, I know there's edible glitter out there, but is it really edible? They only say that.
And I'm saying, isn't there an easier way to poison us? That's just what I'm wondering.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, and here's this one big surprise, because I had Mantis hanging on a thread for a minute. Like, this whole thing with glitter. Oh. There's one chemical that has been on the news lately that is actually used for glitter. Okay. And man, how much do you care about Rogue Radio, man?
Well, I might get arrested. Are you worried you're going to get canceled? Like you're going to get internet?
I might get arrested.
Yo, tell us what is the chemical? Now I'm dying. Now you got me.
Polyvinyl chloride.
Which is used for what?
It's used as a film to cover glitter. And vinyl chloride has been leaked in a train derailment.
What? No wonder you wanted to start with this.
Yeah.
Glitter has a connection to the train derailment.
It might. I don't know. That one was just really surprising because I was like, what on earth?
And so I'm going to get there really down in the mud of the conspiracies. And once again, guys, we're just theory crafting. We don't claim to have the answers, but we definitely know how vile, sickening, evil humans think. And so, so I want to talk about sterilization, right? So, sterilization. Yeah. So basically, there are many conspiracy theories ranging from aliens going all the way to COVID, right? And all these things that think that the goal, these evil goals that the governments are doing, is to sterilize at least a large portion of the population. And so here's the thing when it comes down to it. Essentially, we all bicker about different politics and different things, but at the end of the day, the actual solution or a solution to all of our problems or most of our problems is overpopulation. Think about it this way. If we had a fraction of the population, the economy would work better, similar to the way that it did after World War II. But inflation and globalization are byproducts of overpopulation. polluting the planet is a byproduct of overpopulation. Our major problem is that we are a very overpopulated planet. Now, obviously, you don't want to start nuking your own people. So,
No.
what do governments do? What would be a thing? A
Do
good
you
thing?
believe in population control?
Oh, totally.
What the fuck, Mantis?
What, too far?
No, you're on the same level as Bill Gates, man.
Oh wait, you're saying do I think we should do it? That okay? No, wait, hold on. I don't think we should do it.
Okay.
I thought you meant
I'm just checking.
I thought you were asking if I believe that people for either corporations or the government are doing it.
Oh, yeah, no.
Against our will, and I do think they are.
Oh no, of course depopulation exists. But
Yes.
you're acknowledging that it exists.
Yes. And
okay,
so
I just misheard you.
Yes, that's what I'm just like breaking it out. Nigel Trotter said start the purge. That'll solve it. I think that would be the fun way to do it, right? But we'd fuck up our country. But here, you know what the better way is? You put crazy chemicals, similar to the chemicals that are in the Ohio train derailment, into our food and drink. And what you have is people getting sterile. That was originally, I remember that was like a COVID conspiracy for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
That people thought that the whole vaccine thing was really just trying to depopulate us.
Yeah, make us kind of unreproductive.
And do you think it's possible?
Oh, I think it's very possible. Yeah.
And you know what? F this. Now I'm gonna have 9 kids. Just to piss them off.
9 kids.
Is that too little?
No. I can barely handle one, man. Like,
I'm just saying that, like, we need to stop. We need to fight back in some way, right?
mm-hmm.
Or who knows? Maybe they already got me. Maybe back when I used to eat Twinkies every day, sterilize me, and I'll never have.
Yeah, the 90s were the best because we would have like Twinkies or cupcakes in our lunch all the time.
Right.
And we thought that was the fun thing. Like, oh, I got a treat. Oh shit. What's happening now?
Things that hurt us often taste or feel good, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so that's my theory that they might be putting in the food. Why they would put that in the food? Probably for a sterilizing agent.
Yeah.
Obviously there are some conspiracies that also would talk about like maybe not mind control. Obviously they exist out there, but there are those that talk about what is it? Making us easier to control, right?
Yes. I kind of have something like that in my head right now because I've researched like the Montauk Project a long time ago and how some of these kids were manipulated and there's mind control and everything. One person said in the documentary that I was watching that this 5G that's going on.
Oh, right.
If you consume too much meat or fast food or any type of like confectionery, type of product, there are metal pieces, like micro metal pieces in that food. And because of that, the 5G actually picks up that in your system and it can hurt you. Can really mess up your mind.
A lot of people were saying that's also a COVID thing, that the COVID vaccinations somehow worked with 5G.
Mm-hmm.
And that what is it? People were saying they were taking the vaccinations, they were becoming magnetic.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that was weird, and like who knows if that's real. DT Tubbs, friend of the channel, is here, and he came in and he says, "I got a conspiracy."
What is it?
And so he just as Ohio, he's trying to derail us. And he said Malcolm X is packed with Germany and the books Hitler burned. I don't know this one. You should elaborate because I actually do not know this.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that actually I'm actually titillated, I'd say. I want to know more about that one. So ultimately, that is crazy that the same chemical in glitter is the chemical that's all over the place in
Yeah. Um, they said that it was just mainly like vinyl chloride. I don't really know much about the science of chemicals, but something told me today to just look it up, and there it was. Polyvinyl chloride film is part of glitter. So it's also used in packaging. It's used in a whole lot of things like plastic products and PVC and stuff like that. So it's not good to put in the air. And just before this live, there was another train derailment closer to my city that has happened. Apparently, there's no chemicals involved, but we'll see.
So, well, I mean, so once this happened, I discovered, or I was educated. Someone put me on that. The train systems in America are so badly regulated that it's estimated about 5,000 just in America, train derailments happen, but the news just never reports on them, and that was why they didn't jump into reporting about this one, because they were like, "Oh, just another derailment. Move on. Put on something more sexy," which is what the news is all about, right? They want like sexier topics than people in the Midwest getting hurt. And so the reason at the beginning of this, for the audience sake, the reason why I said that it was near and dear to Rogue Radio's heart is that Rogue Radio is an Ohioan.
Yeah.
And so let's start talking about that. Tell me what you know, what you've experienced, and like, how is this affecting you?
It's not yet. It's not affecting us yet, just because from what I have, researched about what's going on in East Palestine, it's not far from my city, Toledo. It's not far at all. It's a 2.5-hour drive. And I don't want to say I consider a blessing that it has not reached here, but it is something that I'm still very concerned about for people in West Virginia, because that cloud moved south instead of north. So, as far as I know, we haven't had any effects yet, but this could really be bad. So,
I mean, I feel like obviously it's already bad. Like, people's pets are dying, their kids are having headaches.
Fish are dying, man. Like,
yeah, I mean, that is just a bad look. And so, unfortunately,
I live right next to Lake Erie, and the fish die just because.
Right.
We
we may have to get into politics. I'm sorry to I'm sorry for anyone viewing. We're not trying to push our politics in there, but I feel like you cannot talk about the Ohio train derailment without also talking about the way the Biden administration handled it. I mean, would you agree with that?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I just think it's so crazy that they took so long to get down there or even acknowledge it. I don't know if you saw Pete Buttigieg on the street while that reporter went up to him.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's fine. Before he'd gone there, Pete Buttigieg had left his office one night.
Is that his name, Buttigieg?
Buttigieg.
Buttigieg. And I've been saying it wrong. Man, I've been saying it so wrong.
Mispronouncing it. I don't know. If I am,
calling him Buttigieg.
Sorry, Mayor Pete, if I have offended you. But apparently, someone ran up to him in the street and was just like, "Hey," and obviously she was a conservative leading, and I'm not talking about Fox. She was like a little from a little,
yeah,
or something,
yeah.
And she was just like, "You heard about what happened in Ohio?" He's like, "I have, and we're gonna respond." And she's like, "Are you planning on going down there?" He's like, "Yeah, of course I'm gonna go down there." And then he was just like, "May I ask your name? Can I see your press credentials?" And he starts getting his security on her in the clip. And so, and this is like 2 weeks. It's already been eating the world, killing our dogs for 2 weeks, and this is what this dude is up to. And so I would say that I have a feeling that the shadow government that really runs things told that the administration to be like, "I don't worry about this. Focus on other shit. Go to your ball game."
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So DT Dubs, which is always so hard to say, man. It says the blacks and the Nazis worked together to keep the races separated, even though they hated each other. And the books Hitler burnt were trans books.
About transgenderism?
Yeah, is that what you're saying? Like, how does that fit?
A lot about
It's a lot, bro. I'm paraphrasing. Yeah, it sounds actually pretty elaborate. Yo, you need to put us on, man. You need to. We may have to have Dubs on as a guest at some point to get into this in more depth, right? I want to figure out why JFK spoke out against Israel. Facts, Mantis. My bad for coming off as an autistic schizo. No, you're not. You're not. I mean, when people see that the stream is about a subject, you're gonna have questions. You're gonna come in. And it's totally fair, and certainly, like, these streams are more fun when people are interjecting because I actually really want to know about this conspiracy. The only question is how many disclaimers are we going to put in an episode to make sure people don't get scared of us. Guys, just remember, we're having fun with conspiracies. We're not part of any cult or any movement. We're not even trying to convince you. We're just telling you what's out there. Right?
Yeah, it's just the renegades and the mantis mob.
Exactly. So tell me, so what other things do you have to tell us about the derailment? Because, like, I'm sure as you living this close,
it's nuts. A lot of people are scared. What's happening right now is that FEMA has not even stepped in. That's their responsibility to step in natural emergencies or like national emergencies. But I'm kind of glad that they don't. Like, if I know that's a little too deep.
You don't like them, do you?
I hate FEMA. I hate it.
No, I remember you had a conspiracy. I don't know. I don't think we ever talked about it on the show, have we?
Like, you know, it's about FEMA camps. It's just basically like modern day concentration camps. The president is allowed to declare a national emergency at any time, and it doesn't have to be an emergency. He can just be like, okay, FEMA, just take over, and it'll be our new government. And you don't want that. That's all I gotta say.
I'm already saying no. I'm already saying no. That's not gonna. I'm not gonna let that happen.
Buy your guns. I know people are. They have feelings against guns. It's fine. Just keep one in case, because at some point the people are gonna have to rise against this.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
If FEMA were to take over, you know, obviously, yeah, we'd have to fight for our freedom. But you know, I'm obviously not advocating for any, you know, revolution.
I know.
No.
I'm just a little too hardcore.
But you are absolutely, and it's obvious that you are a believer of Second Amendment, and practitioner of it, right?
You mean if I own one?
Yeah.
I don't own one yet.
So let me get this straight. I'm gonna have to call you in on this. You, the biggest advocate of getting a gun and protecting yourself, does not own one.
Not yet.
Okay. So what's holding you back?
Many things. Just because I don't know. I would like to just move out of this place first and get a gun.
Well, also, I understand you were saying that you live in a city, so you live in a metropolitan area, and I know that the rules of guns are different in cities than they are.
Yeah, in this city, anybody can get a gun, and that's why the crime rate is so bad here too. It's like, it's too much, man.
DT says I got my guns,
man.
So it's actually funny. Back when I used to live in Virginia with my girlfriend at the time, we had guns in the house, and that was we even had guns in the house for a short time when we had to live with her mom. And then so I moved back to New York with family members. I live with family members, and they're extremely left. They're leftists. So I shouldn't even say this because people will be on me. They'll be attacking mantises home, but I'm not allowed to possess one in my home. And I understand, it's someone else owns the home, so I'm going to respect that.
That's okay.
But I am planning on stocking up and moving to the country and hiding in a cabin.
Hey, do what you got to do, man.
Nigel Trader says guns are wonderful. I want as many as T2 Sarah Connor. Yes, you want that arsenal, right? You want that arsenal. Obviously, keeping within the letter of the law, because we would never, advocate people breaking the law.
Don't do it.
No, be
That's
responsible.
what they want you to do, man.
Right. Like, for instance, what they do to rappers. You ever notice the most common? If rappers were such a threat to society, they'd be getting them on real stuff. But what do they always get them on? Gun charge.
Yeah.
Like the other day, someone's like, "Yeah, Fetty's in lockup," and I was like, "Locked up," and I was like, "He is?" They're like, "Oh, for a while now," and I'm like, "For what?" And they're like, "A gun charge." I'm like, "That's a trumped up charge, man." It's not like they caught him dealing. It's not like they caught him assaulting somebody. You know what I mean? So like, it's how they get you every time, a gun charge.
Yeah.
Leah Bjork is the worst place to live. No offense, Mantis. Hashtag drink tap water. So I would say it's.
Oh, no,
I would
can't do that here.
I would actually argue that it's like the fourth worst place to live, and so I'll tell you why. There is still griminess and there's still a level of freedom in New York. I know it's like one of the worst, but in LA, San Francisco, and Boston are far worse in terms of being like.
Have you seen Toledo?
Oh no, I don't know anything about Toledo, but like I'm talking about the disgustingness of like the left, the left madness.
Yeah.
So, boy, is Toledo very, very.
It is a mix of poor and very rich. It is strange. I think every city has their more developed areas and then their worst developed areas, but it's like you can turn a corner and go straight to a very poor part of town.
So poverty, just like crime, is an unfortunate byproduct of humanity, and no matter who is in charge, whether it's the lefts or the rights or whoever, whether you have an emperor or a king or you have a democratic democratic democracy, representative republic, whatever we're into these days, there will always be crime and there will always be poverty, unfortunately. And right. So I personally, I used to love New York when I was growing up, and it was filled with crime. New York had flavor back then, and so now, unfortunately, the yuppies have taken over, and that's far worse. I'd rather walk through a Crips neighborhood than ever have to do with Midtown with all these yuppies and these Disney stores and stuff. Mm-hmm. They're the real thing killing me.
Right. It's nuts. I actually been to New York.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, on a mission trip when I was 17 years old.
Oh, cool.
We could have probably passed each other on the street.
Oh, absolutely. Did you save anybody?
Could have.
We could have.
Huh?
Absolutely. Did you save anybody?
Save anybody? I don't know. So
when I grew up, I'll tell you that the drug problem and the crime problem is so bad in New York that when I would go to, and I'm talking about, this is the schoolyard playground. I remember we used to find these little multicolored caps.
Mm-hmm.
They're little clear things and caps, and we'd throw them at each other and all this shit. It wasn't until I was older that I found out those are crack files.
Ooh.
And at night, people would go into the school playgrounds, and get high. That's where they would go to dodge the cops. And so they're literally, the kids are literally playing, and this is me playing with them, little Mantis, with the crack files.
Wow.
Yeah, and so that's how bad it is. And now it's the opposite. Not that there's no crime. Like I said, always be a byproduct of life, but you kind of don't get that kind of energy anymore. And so just to let you know, DT Dubs said drink tap water. I actually exclusively drink tap water.
I wish I had that privilege.
Oh, right, because you're in Ohio. So.
Oh, let me tell you something, man.
Oh my God.
We have so much radioactivity here. I swear to God, it's nuts. I'm just saying, we have many different like exports that we have. We have oil, we have gas, we have coal, we have salt. Actually, is a big one. A lot of different like power plants are going on. We have a huge water filtration system for Lake Erie, and it doesn't work, apparently. It burst into flames. The thing burst into flames.
Did it?
It did.
Jesus.
Yes.
Boy,
And that happened last year.
Greetings, Rebuke TV. Welcome in, brother. DT Dub says, "Oh my God, San Francisco is horrible." Nigel Trotter says, "Now wait a minute. I'm in New York. What's wrong with New York? Let me know." So we're just talking about how left everything's getting, particularly with schools and protests and just stuff like that. It's not a scene I really want to be part of. And I'm certainly I'm now I think I'm becoming like an old cat or an old mantis, and I'm looking for a more quiet, more country like thing. I want to be left alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I was younger, I used to love the adventures of going through New York and fighting crackheads and running from people trying to mug me. That was actually fun. I have a lot of great stories about that. Getting into fights with kids because they cheesed me, or I supposedly cheesed them at an arcade. Like this was like growing up in New York. This was good times. Now it's just whack.
Mm-hmm.
So and so DT Dub says, why would you? The New York pipes are so bad. So here's my take on it. Are you ready to hear my take on it? If there's something specific like radioactivity, as you were just describing, or Michigan situation, do not drink the water. Do not drink the water.
Right.
However, normally you need to be a little more rugged. And I would say, to be a person who's going to survive this world, here's what it is. I do believe that people should live in a place like New York for a certain amount of time just to toughen them up. And so you need to sleep in a bedroom, like an apartment that is a quarter the size of any apartment from anywhere else. You need to live in a place that's cockroach infested. You need to drink tap water. You need to ride public transportation in the most congested rush hour thing in your life. You need to know what it's like when muggers are following you at night and ready to jump your ass. You need to do all these things for a couple of years to like toughen you up. And then move away. But I think someone should have that experience. I feel like you shouldn't move to a city and be like, I'm gonna drink bottled water and I'm gonna have private security.
Microplastics, man.
Yes. If anything is preventing, us from having kids, it's the microplastics, right?
Oof. Yeah. The reason why Toledoans can't drink the water is because we had a huge water scare. It wasn't even a water boil advisory. They just told us not to drink the water. Like, the chemical in the water, you can't boil out. So Lake Erie is the biggest lake around Toledo. Like, it's there. I don't know. Anyway, the water filtration system did not filter out the algae bloom, and the algae bloom is what makes Lake Erie's water brown.
Oh my God.
It's brown. Man,
Lake
as a kid,
Erie's water is brown?
Brown. But listen.
No wonder there's a monster in there.
Yes, there is. Her name is Bessie.
Bessie.
I'm not kidding either.
I believe it. I believe in lake monsters.
Man, Toledo is nuts. But so there was a chemical that was in that, I guess the algae bloom gives off, is called microcystin, and if that gets into your system, it actually can shut your lungs down. So, yeah, I
So
don't
where
drink.
is it safe to live? I don't understand. Where is it safe to live?
I think every city has its dangers. It's just Toledo's the epicenter of it, man.
I
Like,
think because you live there, it seems like it's the epicenter. I mean, a lot of cities have their dangers, and quite frankly, I only like hanging out in bad neighborhoods in New York. There's only a few of them left. Dub says, "Come to Florida. It's a super country. We got Ron here." Nigel says, "Well, it's y'all in Flint, Michigan, so don't drink the Aquafina there." Got it.
oh no, Aquafina and Dasani, no, no, don't do it.
What's wrong with them? It's microplastics, or
I just don't like brand name ones. Dasani has 3 chemicals in it for taste.
here's what I'm saying: water is supposed to be free, right?
Yes,
The moment they
and
started
it's
bottling city tap water is the
mhm,
moment we lost the wars against the corporations. The fact that people are paying for tap water to be brought back to them is insane.
mhm.
Hello, Bex. Princess Bex is in the house. Holla at your
Hi, Bex.
hello, Bex. Bex, why did you leave the red pill chat? Laugh out loud. Um, hey, beloved, pleasure seeing you here. Oh, so sweet. Oh my God, we're talking about water. I'm such a water snob. I don't get it. I don't get what.
I just get like the knockoff water brand from Walmart or something.
Oh
Usually we
wait,
have
what
like,
is it coming?
huh?
What is that coming?
Plastic bottle.
Oh,
Man,
you played
I know.
yourself.
I know, it's fine.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
here's what I'm saying. To save Mother Earth, here's what I'm saying. The supermarkets should have giant vats of things, right? And it's almost like, they have like the spouts or whatever, and you want to buy water, right? And so you have
uh-huh.
a tin jug, and that you reuse at your house, and you're like, I want to fill this up with water, and you fill it up with water.
Yeah, you know what? There are places here in my city that actually provide that, but it's such a small business that it's
Right.
not really
We need to make
used.
that mainstream, man.
It is.
I'll
It
tell
needs
you,
to be used.
my mother and stepfather like are bottled water snobs, like a lot of people are talking about. And when it's time, they always need help putting out their recycling. And when I help them with it, it's just waves and waves. Like, you know how they have the blue bins? They have the blue bins plus garbage bins plus other types of bins. They've got wicker baskets filled with bottles. They themselves are an environmental blight with all the bottles they use up in one friggin' week. It's crazy.
Mm-mm.
Why do we have to waste so much plastic just to drink some damn water?
Exactly. Um, the healthiest type of water is to have it put in glass. There's
Oh yeah,
no
that's harder to
micro glass. That
right.
would shred you, to be honest.
Dub says I get distilled water that's
Yeah.
been steamed. Okay. Glass bottles, either Mountain Valley or Aquapana. I don't know. I don't know if I know Aquapana. This isn't Fury Road. This place ain't gonna go in that route with the water. That's what I'm saying. Just drink it. If you don't have a radiation plant or leak or something near your place, or you're not in Flint, Michigan, just drink your water. Save some money. Save some ducats. Vex, you buy glass bottled water? Expensive. Yeah, glass bottled water. I mean, what's the answer? So if I drink bottled water, I'm saving the planet, but I'm turning myself sterile.
I mean, I don't really know much about what goes on with microplastics or anything. I think it's just something that they've decided to make up, but I could be wrong because to be honest, some of the water that comes in like plastic jugs and stuff, you can actually taste the plastic because it's been in there so long.
Yes, yes, yes. Or for instance, if you've taken
Or the water at my work, the Culligan water tastes
okay.
like bleach.
Oh, that's so gross. Or if you've ever left a bottle of water
Mhm.
um out in the sun on a summer day, and a couple hours later you get it, it's warm, and let's say you're like, oh, it's warm, I better cool it off. So you cool it off. Next time you touch it, the bottle has weakened its structural integrity. There's something warped about it. And then when you taste the water, it's funny. It's because obviously the sun was melting that plastic, and small amounts of plastic are now in that water. It's like clear. That's what happens. And people are always drinking bottled water out in the sun.
Yeah.
Best place to drink it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Recycling is a psyop. I made an early YouTube video about that. Oh, you don't agree?
No, I do.
Okay,
I just didn't. No, I was just like, oh, holy shit.
Yeah, we're going for it. I know before I've been scared about what to do, but you know what? Let's just go for it.
Yeah. My goodness. I don't know. I think the Illuminati is just trying to destroy us all. They don't think that we're responsible enough to take care of ourselves, and so they're making chaos in order to bring order later on.
Or we really aren't, and we have wreaked all this havoc on ourselves.
Or that. You could go either way.
The reason why I said recycling is a psyop, I made an early YouTube video about how recycling is for. Actually, you know what? We may want to watch this. Would you want to watch like a minute or two of one of my old videos?
Good.
Entertain the people while I find it.
Entertain them?
Or I don't know, talk about stuff.
I mean, hi people. Man, you put me on the spot.
I'm sorry. Yeah. We're here to entertain them, right?
Look what I made today, guys. This is Shell.
Oh my god, that's beautiful. That's the origami you were talking about?
Yeah. I work in mental health, and I know you know that, but I don't know if everybody else does. But sometimes my clients are very sweet, and they teach me things, and they taught me how to do a spirograph or a gyrograph. I think I'm saying it wrong. A gyroscope. That's what it is.
Oh, gyroscope. Okay.
So they're very, very sweet, and I'll keep this forever.
I mean, it looks pretty good.
Man, I made a ninja star too, but it's out there somewhere.
Oh, ninja stars are good. Can it fly? Have you ever?
It can actually. We were throwing it at each other at work. I love my job.
Okay, like the beta that I am. I put it on. I put it hidden. I think
put it hidden.
So a lot of my early stuff was about conspiracies. It was about like talking smack about the government or the governmental process.
Man, and you just gotta do it. Be an alpha.
Yeah, no, but also I got tired of fighting with people. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna review movies because it's less fighting.
You're non-confrontational.
Wait, what does it sound?
That was a siren.
Oh, it sounded like a UFO.
I mean, there was one this week on Wednesday that was spotted over Toledo, just floating there. Don't know what they're doing. Why do you want to be here? We're not interesting. Well, never mind. We kind of are.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna make the video viewable so that we'll watch it and then I'll hide it again.
I can't wait.
You know why? Because this actual particular video that I'm going on about actually really did tick off a lot of people. So here's the thing, being from New York, I have a lot of leftist family and friends. And it was getting to the point where, this was another thing. I was making videos and I had my cousins narking on me to my mother. And my mother would be like, call me and be like, Mantis, you believe in blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, who told you that? And she's like, your cousins showed me a video you put on the internet. So it was tough being a creator.
Man, don't be ashamed.
Max says, or that triple filtered reverse osmosis water from Starbucks. Yum. Oh, gross. I think it's worth it, but a bit love, to be honest. Okay. He says it's non-vax. They're fighting over water, which is, perfectly sane. You heard of the origami killer that yells Sean?
No. What? The origami killer? What the? No.
That is wild. That is absolutely wild. So I would say things like, recycling as a psyop, and it would just cause all these things. I have an uncle Mark who he's a super liberal, and he would just flip out on everything I would say, every post. And then you're like, wait, he's my uncle. Can I block him? You know what I mean? Like, that's another weird one,
right?
I think in the internet age, I think we're all at the point where like we have to make that hard call whether we're gonna block a family or friend member, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna find this. It's for the betterment of our troop. Okay, almost there. It's funny. It was just a couple of years ago, and it's like so hard to find. Oh, okay. So I said the title of the video is "Why Only Ignorant Psychos Recycle."
What? I can't wait to hear this. I need to know. How were you back then?
You're about to find out. Yeah. Here. Okay. So. Oh wait, and then we're gonna share some screens. We're gonna screen share, and you're gonna see one of my early YouTubes. Okay, here goes.
Greetings, Earthling. I am Clandatu. I have come to raid your planet of its women and its sweet, sweet fossil fuels. Just kidding. For it is I, the Fat Mantis. Welcome to Morning Reflections, and welcome to Space Week. This week we're going to be focusing on a different space story each episode, as well as the current lifestyle, religious, political, or just insane news stories that you want to hear about. Yeah. Today's space topic is the Red Planet. Enjoy.
No, I'm not done
yet. Talk about the Red Planet, of course. I am speaking none other than Mars.
Hey, what up?
What's up, man?
We will be colonizing in your lifetime, unless you're old.
How are you?
Pretty good, man.
Shaolin Ice Sponsors entered. Hello, Demon Omega. People are here. We're watching some of my old YouTube videos. Particularly, we're talking about recycling. This video,
I should have warned you.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. That's when family visits. Why only ignorant psychos recycle?
In which case, you ain't going to be seeing no other planets, and you're never going to see anyone touching on anything because it takes quite a long time to get there. Let me tell you guys. But straight up, the truth is we will be colonizing it. People don't want to believe that. People want to believe in a pipe dream. And it's a hippie, wet dream. And the concept is we are all going to hold hands, sing Kumbaya, and suddenly fix the planet. We're going to recycle enough to fix all the damage we've done. We're going to heal the earth, and we're going to clear the sky of whatever we've done to it from decades and decades.
You got plenty of those in
fossil
Toledo.
Fuel usage. And what I am talking about is that pipe dream. That is total and utter nonsense. It is over for this planet unless we greatly reduce our population. The truth is that this planet can hold 500 million to about 1 billion people at most. We are currently holding at 7.7 billion people. That's right. Is
I
closely
love how Logan Paul's just in
approaching
the
8
corner.
billion
Yeah, look at
people.
these morons.
It is
Look at these three morons.
unsustainable for us and our people. We don't understand that every day that we exist, we are wasting plastic. We are creating fossil fuels that pollute the air. We are doing something to create waste because there is no such thing as a zero footprint existence.
Man,
It
goddamn
is a
right.
pipe dream.
It's a lie. It's an absolute lie. It's an
All I'm
absolute.
asking is that you have a realistic expectation as to what you're going to get out of all your recycling. I mean, we're not the only country out there that is polluting this planet. Even if every American gave up K-cups, stopped having bottled water at their picnics, or whatever pollutants they're doing, and they all drove hybrids, we still have China and Russia and all these other countries that don't seem to care about the planet.
I
They
can't
will
get
let
over the
this
fact that
place
your
burn.
headphones.
They're going to use up the planet like any other resource. They're going to use it till the wheels fall off.
Sponsored by Sony.
Currently, we have started up a second space race. It is with us and the private sector and China. We're all racing to colonize the red planet. It is our future. Hopefully, my grandkids are going to be on the red planet. You know, they'll be a space architect or a space trucker or a space housewife, whatever. But they're going to look at a statue of me and they're going to say, that was my grandpa, the fat mantis. He fought for freedom of speech. He was from the planet Earth. And then they're going to fly off with their jetpacks. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Meanwhile, back on Earth, we've got the communist twins over here pitching this free college thing. This is an idea that is going to be prevalent in every candidate's debating skills and their ideas and their rhetoric for years and years to come. Even though the powers that be are not going to let the communist twins anywhere near the White House. Why do I say this?
Yeah,
it's because of the indoctrination.
Modern
colleges
What?
barely educate
I used to film my
people.
videos
They barely give people an actual practical education. And honestly, you can have more chances getting a job with your Costco card than you do with a modern day bachelor's degree. That is a fact.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Over it.
Man, where's this mantis at?
You're not getting a job or an education there, but what you are getting is indoctrinated into liberal thinking and therefore as a Democratic voter. It is a recruitment center. It takes people of all ilks and it reprograms them. It infects them with the mental pollution that is politically correctness. That is why Democrats need free college. Not because they think it's going to give anyone a fair wage or a future or anything like that. Don't get it twisted,
wow, I went for it
Broham.
I love it.
My final thought. Ghislaine Maxwell. It is the girlfriend of corrupt financier and apparently pedo pimp rapist Jeffrey Epstein, who recently had a suicide. It was clear that he
This wasn't
was
that long
assassinated.
ago.
His former girlfriend served as a recruiter for these young girls and convinced these girls to have sex with these billionaires at these parties, including, by all girls' testimony, Prince Andrew of the royal family. It is horrible. It is a shame. And apparently this woman is missing. They're looking all over for this woman, either to arrest her or to question her or to get her involved in uncovering what's going on.
This is when no one really knew who she was.
I'm willing to bet she can probably be found in a ditch on the Clintons' estate down the road. Oh, yeah. Because there is no way this woman's going to resurface alive.
I guess I was wrong on that one.
Everybody out. And I just wonder, how long is it that we have to keep playing this game? The press is playing the game, but we have to keep pretending that he did commit suicide. And this is all just normal stuff. You know, there were no security cameras and he was taken off suicide watch list like 25 days earlier than any psychologist would allow. And the patrolman who was supposed to check every 30 minutes just didn't that night. I mean, this is the most corrupt thing I've ever seen. And it is clearly a corruption coming from both sides of the party. It is further proof that the billionaire class doesn't have a political party. They love to manipulate us. We're marionettes, and we're dancing to and fro for these guys. But at the end of the day, they are all on one side, and they united. Trump, it was Trump and Clinton gave each other a dap, and then they together push the button that summoned the assassin to take Jeffrey Epstein out. So they could cover up their sexual improprieties and their disgusting pedo ways. It's sickening. But the further thing is that people continue to play along with the lies that the mainstream media is giving us. People are like, "Oh, it was a suicide. It was oh, how sad. Oh, well." I even saw a woman who was claiming to be the defense attorney, or not the defense, but the lawyer for the victims, is saying, "Well, you can rest at ease now that he's dead." You mean they want them to shut up and stop talking?
Right.
So they can't implicate any more rich or powerful people. Even she's in on it.
That's what they mean when they say they're safe.
It's disgusting, man. Anyway, I gotta go do some things across this board. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're enjoying our first day of Space Week. I hope you liked my Geordie LaForge impersonation. I'm either Geordie LaForge or I'm Daredevil. I haven't decided. Anyway, I want you to like, share, and subscribe. I want you to click on some of these links and see some of my other rants. And I want you to have a glorious, beautiful day. Stay black.
So that was early Fat Mantis videos. That was like,
yeah, make that public. Make it public.
Okay, I'll leave it public.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's what my channel used to be, in its original conception. But that's what I was talking about in terms of like the whole recycling as a psyop. They want us to be under the delusion that we can fix all the damage we've done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unrealistic. It's like having a wound. Like, it's like me cutting part of your arm and then me constantly sprinkling salt in it and us expecting it to heal.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like
said, this must be Microsoft Mantis because Sony Mantis is the brave and the bold. Okay, that is getting a star. My friend. Yeah, I used to bring it, and that was the thing. People would flip on me. Family members would flip on me. So like I told you, people would narc to my mother that I would say these things. And it was like,
aren't you a grown man though, man? Like, why are they telling on your mom?
It's not. It wasn't just my mother, but it was like I was tired of getting into arguments and shit. And like I remember I had to silence my Uncle Mark. Because he's one of those guys who's like Trump derangement syndrome.
You having trouble focusing your camera?
Yeah, I'm trying to get my focus back, but I don't know. It'll figure out. But yo, what other things are psyops, guys?
Oh boy.
Because recycling is a total lie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. If we were actually able to get everyone recycling, it would be good. But we only have a fraction of people recycling in terms against the numbers that are the population of Earth.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, if Russia and China and Africa don't respond to what we need to recycle, we're dead. If they're polluting nonstop and we're outlawing bags, plastic bags,
mm-hmm.
if they're doing nothing, then we're idiots. It's what we're doing, what we're contributing, fixing the Earth is a drop in the bucket.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's the old school Mantis. I still believe that stuff. I just
I loved it, man. You were just proud of the fact that you just turned it over. That was like the silliest I've ever seen you. Like, that is so fun.
Oh, I used to have no production value, so I was just like, I would just do silly shit.
Oh yeah, be silly all day.
I should bring back the silly. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes.
So should you.
Okay. I thought I was.
No. You're very well. I don't mean it in a bad way, but you're very serious with your podcast, right?
Yeah.
Renegade Times is definitely like very, very serious.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah. Which is good.
It depends on how I feel. I'm just like, man, something pissed me off today. I'm gonna make a podcast about it.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's good for that subject matter because maybe silly might not work well when you're talking about the abused people of the world.
Yeah, I mean, I have a new type of series out. I only have like 2 episodes of it, and it's me and my best friend talking about everything, and we're just silly as fuck on there. We just talk about everything. So, I mean, listener discretion advised. You know, it's called Let's Talk. So it's just us.
You do it right now. You do Let's Talk. You currently make Let's Talk. It's like you keep making new episodes.
Well, yeah, there's only 2 episodes right now. It just depends on like when we. Oh, Rogue Radio, YouTube, all caps, YouTube / Man, I don't know if you want to. Listen. I advise you to, because we talk about some woman stuff.
Oh, it's woman stuff.
Yes, it's very woman.
Maybe.
I'm just saying, man.
Nothing wrong.
Viewer, yeah, I'm sorry. Listener discretion advised. Okay. Highly. Yes, but her little screen name, or the way I call her, is Lily Capiche. So that's her name.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna check it out, and then I'll bail as soon as I'm grossed out.
Please do.
But so tell me, our final topic, Steve Irwin.
Do you want to skip Steve Irwin so I can get to the Ohio conspiracies?
Oh, please, yeah. Let's. I didn't realize you had more Ohio conspiracies.
Oh, yeah, no, there's so much. Okay, here we go. I make reports.
Oh, wow.
I have receipts.
That's what's up.
I'm thorough, man. I try to be. Anyway. Apparently on TikTok, there's this whole conspiracy that Ohio is not a real place, that it doesn't exist. And I'm just like, I live here. Of course it exists. It's ridiculous that it exists, but it exists and it's nuts. A little bit about my state, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know. I have seen what?
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know what to think about my city or my state. I mean, it's just,
well, you believe it exists.
Rabbit hole itself. What?
You believe it exists, right?
Of course. I mean, unless I'm living somewhere else.
I mean, for all I know, you're a digital.
What? No, not yet. Okay. Man, they want me to party with them. So
no, I dig it. I understand. If you have, we can always do a wrap up. We can always do a wrap up on another episode or something.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I just want to, I've been planning this, so.
Yeah. So let's hear it.
So let's see. I already talked about the algae bloom.
Right.
Let's see. The oil refinery burst into flames. I told you about that one.
Yes.
Right. Okay. In 1965, the lake burst into flames.
The what?
The lake.
Oh, the entire lake
burst into flames. We don't know why. I think it might have been an oil spill, but it just burst into flames. I don't understand. I mean, I wasn't alive back then, but shit. I have seen multiple.
Let's go with both. Ohio exists in a pocket universe.
Yeah.
But you were saying you've seen multiple.
Oh, I've seen on multiple occasions men from the ghetto. I'm sorry, the ghetto. I'm sorry. Is that an offensive word?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. They're riding horses into McDonald's. A camel somehow got loose in a neighborhood in Toledo. In Toledo. Somebody owned a camel. Just done. This is a place where it's like, if we are living in a simulation, Toledo loaded in really bad. Like, really bad.
Now I have to visit it. I feel like I have to visit it after hearing all this. I want to see the camel men.
The camel men. We also have, what is it? There was a dead man who was a sideshow freak for 65 years. Just, his afterlife was crazy.
Wait, I'm confused as what you're saying. What about a sideshow freak?
Let me see if I can find it. Listen. There was a man back in the 50s who died. And instead of burying him, they made him a sideshow freak in a circus for years.
What was he saying? He was like deformed or something?
I don't know. That's just how we entertain ourselves, man.
He probably had some deformity, and they were like, yeah, because there are these kind of carnival sideshow things where they're like, like deformed or whatever, like remains of people and stuff.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like, just put a dead man on display and see how he decomposes.
That's
like,
that is so gross.
I don't know. We also have our own version of the Loch Ness Monster. And apparently there was an award for its capture a long time ago. Nobody caught it. Her name is Bessie because we're freaking hicks.
I believe in her, and I would love to see her. I love Bessie.
Yes, I believe in Bessie. Bessie's probably still alive. She's living her best life in a
I think
radioactive
long lifespans. Yeah.
What?
I think they have long lifespans.
Yeah. They probably do. Oh yeah, the Frogman. The Frogman. I gotta tell you about the Frogman.
Oh my God, the frog.
We have our own cryptid.
Right.
And it's called Frogman. Somewhere back in the day. All right. 2 policemen were driving down the road. I can't remember where the location was, but they ended up finding a carcass of a deformed looking half man, half frog looking cryptid. And instead of this officer's partner like reporting it, he just decided to kick it over the overpass. Just like, it's okay. It's ugly. We're not gonna like fucking deal with it. We're not. And then there was a second sighting where another frog man in the same location was crossing the road, just like how a lot of cryptids do. They want to get attention. They just
cross the road at the wrong time. Yeah.
And the thing just stared at him like, while he was like trying to step over like that metal guard.
Right, the guardrail. Yeah, so
yeah,
he's just like seen a reenactment artwork of that. Have you seen that?
Really?
Somebody drew an illustration of it, and I didn't know any of the story. I just know of that Ohio has a frogman. It's like the frogman or whatever, and it shows him in the spotlight. Yeah, the frog is like he's like caught or something, like he's Carmen Sandiego or something. Nigel said that's a weird way to pay for your casket. Show off a circus for money, then bury the remains in your own now paid for casket. That's genius.
Right.
Earn your money after you're dead for your funeral.
We have our own version of Stonehenge, which is called the Great Serpent Mound. It is just, it looks like a serpent, like sleeping under the grass. It just looks like it's a formation, I think, from Native American culture. And it's stayed there for so long that it looks like a winding snake. And it's a big thing.
That's cool.
And our ghosts are kind of weird. I think I told you about this one.
Oh, that they like peanut butter or something?
Yeah. In Ohioan ghosts like peanut butter, apparently. Because go ahead.
Is this proven?
No. I think it was a Halloween prank, but I just thought it was so freaking strange because I actually witnessed the news report on this because it was Halloween and they did a EVP session at a university where a man built the university, but he built it backwards. It wasn't facing the right way after everything was done, and he committed suicide.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Is that really that shameful to build a building backwards?
I don't know, man. Like, I feel bad. I feel bad for the guy, but like, it's not something to end your life over.
Yeah.
But they were trying to contact a student, back in the day, and they asked him like, what's something that you like, and they said peanut. Supposedly the ghost said peanut butter, and so the whole, I think it was WTOL back in the day, said that they were so scared and all of this stuff. Like, it was a stupid Halloween prank, but the stuff that they do is just so outlandish here. And the minute that they were about to leave, or supposedly leave, just like an open jar of peanut butter laying in the windowsill. It's a stupid Halloween prank, man.
Yo, so that's how
this is how we entertain ourselves.
Is that how Ohioans get ghosts? You just like
leave peanut butter on the windowsill, man.
Oh, I love that. That's so cool. I'm gonna try that. Jesus Christ. Maybe New York ghosts aren't into that.
They're not.
New York ghosts are into like cocaine and hookers.
Or cheesecake.
Or cheesecake.
Sorry to stereotype.
Oh man. A lot of great conspiracies coming out of Ohio. Any others?
Making crop circles in cornfields is a rite of passage to teenhood here. They've made the news. No, I have not, unfortunately. I had a terrible childhood, like a terrible teenhood. I didn't do anything. I was not a rebel.
So you missed out on making crop circles.
See, this is why I am the way I am now. I have to get it all out. It's all backed up.
We're gonna get you to make one. Don't worry. At least one.
I would love that. I would love that.
It's reverse Passover. Spread the peanut butter over the post, and the ghost will pop by.
Oh no, I can't laugh at that. That's Jesus. Oh no.
Oh, what else?
Yeah, I'm looking. The largest, most comprehensive collection. I'm sorry, contraceptive museum is in Ohio.
That's such a thing?
Birth control, yeah.
But why?
Museum. I don't know.
Museum of contraception.
Yep. Oh, Gibbs Bridge. I haven't told you about this one.
Gibbs Bridge? No.
That's a haunted bridge. So this one is, I don't know why. I feel like Ohio, especially in Toledo, like deaths happen because of stupid pranks. And I mean, it's all fun and games most of the time, but with Gibbs Bridge, it's a small bridge. It's not something that you would really think that is haunted. But Gibbs Bridge comes from a story where these two teens were trying to prank this other guy who was riding his motorcycle home. He crossed the bridge. They had a fishing line across the bridge trying to, clothesline him or something. And they decapitated him. because he was riding down.
It was originally supposed to be like a prank. They wanted to clothesline him, but they didn't mean to kill him.
Yeah, no, they didn't mean to kill him.
And I assume it's haunted after that.
Yeah, it's haunted after that.
Oh.
There's been some horror stories from there too. Because
if I was a ghost, I'd be friggin' pissed.
So would I, honestly. Just like what? But to this day, there's a man in a pickup truck that always watches the bridge because he doesn't want any of the kids to repeat any type of prank like that on that bridge.
It's just such a crazy prank to do in the first place. It's like, welcome in, Lainey. Hello, welcome in.
Mm-hmm.
And so Nigel says, wrong turn 6, prank wars.
It's also legal to sell horse meat. You just can't tell people that you do.
You can lie about what meat you're selling in Ohio.
Yep.
That's the most backward law I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, it's also illegal to molest a sea monster on Sundays, which makes no sense to me because we have a radioactive lake. Like, don't molest Bessie. Like, don't touch Bessie.
Do you have like a mermaid problem? Are there mermaids there?
No, there's no mermaids in the lake, unfortunately.
Then where did this rule come about? Where did they find like?
No idea.
Did they find young good Christian males who were supposed to be in church molesting a sea monster one Sunday? And you're like,
I don't know.
That's crazy,
man. We have islands dedicated as pieces of history that house abandoned lighthouses and glacial grooves. It is not open to the public anymore because someone bought the island. So the one that I'm talking about specifically is called Kelly's Island.
Oh,
and Kelly's Island actually has. It was interesting because I was a little girl when I visited, and it was so cool. I thought it was awesome because, like, you have all these abandoned lighthouses there, but some of them have like crumbled so that you just have the stairwell sticking out of the ground. So I remember as a little girl, I was just like stepping on them barefoot all the way up to the top. My grandparents were freaking out, like, Sarah, get down.
That's so
it was great. It was great. But that one's cool. I like that one. I talked about the Loveland Frog. Oh yeah, Loveland, Ohio is where the frogs.
The frog man.
Yeah. One of the main attractions is called the Gates of Hell, which gives any Ohioan thrill when they can literally put their life at risk at any moment. Seriously, it's an adrenaline rush. I don't know.
The Gates of Hell are in Ohio.
It's called the Gates of Hell.
Right.
It's a concrete tunnel that people go walking down, and at the end of the tunnel is a gated rust barrier, is a rusted gate. So this tunnel, whenever it rains, it fills up very fast. So anybody in the tunnel has to outrun the water and get through the gate without getting drowned.
That's really something that can happen? Like, I could go do that right now.
Yeah, you could if you wanted to. It's just nuts, man.
That is nuts.
This is how we get our kicks.
Actually, from all the things you're telling me, all the urban legend, all the folklores, it just kind of just sounds like Ohioans are just bored. You motherfuckers.
They are. I talked about in one of my episodes, I'm like, man, this is where emo kids come to retire. Pretty much.
Yes, it is. That's crazy. That's crazy. Maybe that's makes for an interesting high school experience, right?
We're almost done.
Lainey says, "Oh yeah, that sounds awesome."
The founder of Hollow Earth has actually lived here.
Founder of what?
The founder of Hollow Earth, like the guy who made it a conspiracy.
You guys are bored.
Yeah, we are bored.
Are
either cornfields or dark alleys in abandoned places here, man.
Probably a good place to ghost hunt. But like, oh my god, don't even get me started on flat earthers.
Man,
Why do you kind of dabble with the flat earth?
I don't believe in flat Earth. The flat Earth could be, the Earth could be shaped like a dick, and I wouldn't care. Like, it doesn't matter to me, man.
Actually, I totally feel you. Like, people argue about like they think that like what somebody believes is so important. And like I'll tell you, there are just as many like super millionaires or successful happy people who like believe in creationism, who as opposed to those who believe in evolution. And really, actually, one or the other is a meaningless idea. Whether you believe God is in heaven, or you believe it's a flying spaghetti monster, or you don't believe in God or at all, you're an atheist. At the end of the day, someone's belief structure is meaningless because it doesn't have real actual impact on us on life. Right? I don't know. It's just something I noticed.
Yeah.
Lainey says, did you hear about the guy who did an experiment as a flat earther and proved the world was in fact round? I did hear about that.
Huh.
They paid a group of flat earthers decided to they raised $20,000 to create like a laser, like some sort of laser thing.
Talk about bored.
And they thought they were going to prove it's flat, and at the end of the day, all that money for the experiment went just proved that the Earth was round.
I can't. Specifically in Toledo. All right, I think this was during quarantine. Okay, we're so bored. I swear to God, a Steak and Shake shut down here. Do you guys know what is a Steak and Shake over there in New York?
No, but I mean, just from the title, I figure I know what it is.
Yeah, it's a diner.
Yeah. You got steaks and shakes there. That makes sense.
It shut down for health reasons. Like, it was really hazardous to have it open. So the people of Toledo gathered around this restaurant and held a memorial for the damn restaurant.
Oh, that's cute though, because they loved it so much.
Oh my God.
It's like your favorite hangout spot or someplace.
There's also a thing in Toledo that happened called the Christmas weed. Someone made a tree made of weed, and they hung it like in front of the Steak and Shake, I think. Just yeah.
Does that complete your list of Ohio and conspiracies?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
well, because of this train derailment, your guys are going to get a lot more conspiracies, including mutant children, mutant people, mutant animals are going to come out of this. And I bet it's not going to be real conspiracy. I bet it's going to be like real deal stuff.
Well,
yeah. Welcome to Ohio.
Yeah, welcome. I mean, come right in. I don't know if you'll come out, but I mean.
But that is fascinating. Thank you for sharing those as a Ohioan. I pray for you, and I hope you safety in the land of both toxicness because of politics, but also toxicity because of all the pollution and stuff going on from the train derailment. This is horrible.
Yeah.
And Nigel says mutants are fine, just don't molest them on Sundays.
Oh my God.
This has been an amazing rogue conspiracy hour. I've had such a good time. We do these once a month, guys. We're going to be bringing even harder hitting rogue conspiracies because you've taught me that I need to bring out my old mantis. Old mantis has to come out.
I'm going to make it happen.
Okay. That's your mission.
It is my mission.
Your mission. Okay. So it is dubbed. Can you tell the people where to find you before we head out?
YouTube/Rogue Radio, all caps.
Right.
I can put it in our private chat. Just
no private chat. Put it in the comments so people can follow you. We want people to follow you.
I can do that here.
Oh, you can't? Oh, maybe you can.
No, I can't. I can't do it. That's why I ask you to do it because I'm sorry.
And Nigel says Sony Mantis. Yeah, I was Sony Mantis back then.
Man, Sony Mantis was off the hook.
Yeah, you'll put it in the private chat so I can let everyone know
Okay.
how to reach you, how to follow you. You're also on a lot of things where we can find podcasts, right?
Yep. Anchor.fm. Apple Podcasts. Just type in Rogue Radio, all caps.
Okay. The rogues are out and about. And this is just a reminder to like this video, subscribe to this channel, keep tuning in to everything we do. We do amazing work. I'm gonna try to channel my more of my Sony Mantis. The Sony Mantis.
Sony Mantis needs to be resurrected.
So remember to follow Rogue Radio. Remember, guys, these are our cash apps right here if you guys want to hit us up. We love you so much. Yo, also, Rogue Radio, have fun tonight. I know you're gonna go party. You're gonna have a good time. And
Man, I work tomorrow.
Oh, poor thing. But I'm gonna go relax. Yo, guys, keep it spooky, keep it conspiratorial. Remember, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you. I'm talking about your family, your friends, and especially your church. But until next time, ciao for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.